Hi guys, so remember the time, if you can remember, when I posted about some harmful practices that people practice when they are making plantain chips. So a member of our tribe asked me a particular question. She said, how often should we reuse vegetable oil when using it to fry food? And I told her, but you know, I had wanted to talk about this for a while, but I've not really found time to do it. So let me just dive into it. So there actually have been studies done on this topic, and there is data to show you or to tell you how often you should use your vegetable oils when frying. You should reuse. Now, the existing data in terms of safety, so what they did was they actually they took a compound, some marker compounds. Okay, so marker compounds are compounds that you can select and study as a marker. So there are some marker compounds that are proven carcinogens, that are formed from heating oil to high temperatures and repeatedly using the oils to fry. So these are polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAHs. Now, PAHs, they arise when you heat oil. So the more you heat the oil, the more they are produced. So these studies looked at different oils. Now, different oils have their own different abilities to produce PAHs. Some produce more, some produce less. But what the study found out was that when you fry, let's say you fry something with oil now the first time, then you reuse the oil the second time. If you reuse it the third time, from the fourth time, the levels of PAHs rise to very high levels. And then when they started to compare the amounts of PAHs in those oils, they found out that they were exceeding the amount that is recommended. And what they were now seeing, the amounts they were seeing, were the amounts that were capable of, you know, increasing the risks for cancer. So what does that tell you? If you must reuse oil, no more than 3 times. Once you have used it the first time, second time, third time, discard it. Okay? So what I do, you know, whenever I'm cooking, if I'm cooking and if I want to use oil, I use a little bit of oil, because most times when I'm frying, I don't fill the frying pan with a lot of oil. I just use little. So by the time I use it the second time, the oil has dried up. So that's my own tip on how I use oil for frying, because these things are very, very important toxins that are found in food. So this poses a challenge to people who buy food outside or buy snacks made outside. How can you really vouch for the oils that are being used? Okay, so it's a dicey thing. I hope that if it is possible for people to understand this, so that we can be able to cook healthier food, because ultimately you are what you eat. It is what you put in your mouth that affects your health, your body. So if you are ingesting a lot of things that are carcinogenic, you will of course increase your risk of developing cancer. So as much as possible, information like this needs to be disseminated, so that people can know, and then they can avoid these things. Fortunately for us, God has made our bodies in such a way that our bodies are wonderfully made. They can neutralize a lot of toxins and remove from your, but you see, when you are loading and loading and loading your body, sometimes it gets to a point where the body can no longer do much when it is overloaded. So we really need to be careful and be mindful of our health, and know that our health, what we put in our mouth, has a direct influence on how our health and our well-being